That radio chick Cheryl Lee here. Welcome to the Still Rockin It podcast, where we'll have music, news reviews and interviews with some of our favourite Australian musicians and artists. Boom Crash Opera are one of Australia's most loved bands with 13 top 50 singles and 5 top 50 albums. I was lucky enough to catch up with lead singer Dale Ryder the other day. I hope you enjoyed the chat with him as much as I did. 70 years young, still going strong, still recording new music and still touring. To catch up on podcasts from other favourite artists, simply go to thatradiochick.com.au. You're with Cheryl Lee, That Radio Chick, and I'd like to welcome to the show today a man who really needs no introduction, Dale Ryder, lead singer of Boom Crash Opera. Dale, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome, Cheryl. Thank you very much for having me.
Always a pleasure. We've got some exciting news to share with everybody, but if you don't mind, can we maybe just take a couple of steps backwards before we look at the exciting stuff going forwards?
Yeah.
When did you know, Dale, that music was going to be your destiny? Is it in your DNA? Do you come from a musical family?
It's probably in my DNA. My dad was an opera singer back when we lived in India. I was born in India, and my dad is English. And yeah, when the English took over India, we were there. Yeah, he was a singer, but he had 8 kids by the time he was 35, I think. And so Singing went out the window. Yeah. Well, there's not much to do in India. And he's a Christian, so there you go. I think I was about 6 when I realized I wanted to be a singer. I didn't want to be an astronaut or a fireman or anything like that.
Yeah.
Always wanted to be a singer. Sang at any party. In fact, I was a bit of a nuisance. Around parties, so I just started singing. But always wanted to be a singer. Nothing else.
So you just knew from a very early age, by the sound of it, that this was your passion.
Because all we had was the radio, and we just listened to mainly the Beatles and stuff like that. And so I always envisaged myself on stage with Paul McCartney, and I just had dreams of stuff like that, and took it from there.
The boys from Boom Crash Opera sort of met late 84, 85. How did you join up with these likely lads?
I was in the car driving. I had a cover band called the Dale Ryder Band, and I was in the car with the drummer, Peter Maslin, Boom Crash Opera drummer. And he played me a demo of a band, and he said, look, I really loved it. It was a really cool track. And he said, funny, because they're looking for a drummer and a singer. So I think I had a shot at it, and I was in.
Did you have to have an audition?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I thought I was pretty good.
Yeah.
But, they tried a bunch of other singers before me, and nothing fit. And I think I was so slightly different enough to be given a shot, and it all worked out really well.
They were obviously waiting for the right guy to come along, and it was you. And here we are. You're celebrating your 40th anniversary with a brand new single, which we will get to. Everybody probably knows the answer to this question, Dale, but I don't. So I hope you don't mind me asking you, because I've seen you guys play many, many times at the Gov here, at Days on the Green and Red Hot Summer Tours and what have you, and you tend to sing in bare feet.
Yeah, that's kind of a recent thing. It's probably a couple of years. I broke my neck a couple of years ago when I fell over and broke my neck, and I've got a plate in there, and my back was put out. I broke both my arms and some ribs. And so a lot of nerve damage at my age, and it's not getting any better. So shoes, sometimes big stages, there's a lot of leads and stuff. I need clear feeling, basically, in my feet. So, and then I kind of like it. And I was born in India, I never wore shoes.
So it just feels good for you.
Yeah, you feel the ground, you feel the grass.
You can be grounded.
You get dirty, you get grounded. Yeah, absolutely grounded. Yeah, and it's kind of fun.
Dale, do you mind me asking what on earth happened to cause you to have broken arms and back and all of that?
Oh, nothing nefarious. I just blacked out. I stood up and had a brain drain, one of those passing out things, blood pressure, and fell face forward into a wall and woke up, helicoptered out the whole bit. Yeah, it was pretty serious. I'm not meant to be walking, but I'm walking.
And you haven't even really got a good story to tell about it, like the same as my husband tripped over his scooter and broke his elbow.
Yeah, but that sounds much more interesting than mine. I just fainted.
I'm glad you recovered pretty well and you still can enjoy performing even with bare feet. That's awesome.
It's the only time I don't feel any pain is when I get on stage. Otherwise, I'm in pain 24/7 in my back. But like I said, I'm 70 now, so I'm just too old to go back to surgery and stuff. Yeah.
Music is like that, isn't it? It's a great healer in general, really.
Oh, look, after the gig, I'm in serious pain. Like, I stumbled down the stairs going, what was that? Normally, I'm pretty good.
It's good that you get some relief while you're out there entertaining us all.
Yeah.
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
We're due for a song, and I think we'll start with Great Wall. It was the first single from Boom Crash Opera's 1987 self-titled album. It reached number 5 on the Australian Kent Music Report, and it won the Countdown Australian Music Award for Best Debut Single. Then we're back to speak some more to Dale Ryder, who, by the way, wrote this song. When Dale Ryder can listen to whatever he wants while you're driving in the car or what have you, what's on your playlist at the moment?
At the moment, I'm completely infatuated with a guy called Jordan Reiki, or as he pronounces Rakai. I think he lived in Melbourne. He's a New Zealand boy, and he writes amazing jazz, pop, funky R&B, rock stuff.
Yes.
And it's incredibly interesting. So I've been listening to him for the last, 5 or 6 years, and ended up buying every one of his albums. I actually saw him live in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. I put up with the pain of standing for about 3 hours.
Wow.
And he was awesome. Yeah, so that's pretty much on high rotation. I like Kimbra, but she hasn't put anything new out. There's a band in Australia and they haven't put anything out recently either, called Paper Kites. I really love them.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a few things, but mainly Jordan Rakai.
Do you have a favourite song of Jordan's? And I might play that in a minute.
It's called Selfish.
Yeah.
It's a reggae. I mean, if you like Selfish, then you should have a listen to his catalog. It's really interesting.
I definitely will.
It's mainly jazz, because he's he's an incredibly talented musician. Plays all the instruments and stuff. He's really good.
I'm going to look him up and we're going to play him later in the show. This is the first new material in 12 years.
28 years.
Yeah, 28, your first single, in 28 years. You must have done something new 12 years ago.
Maybe they just released an acoustic version of all the songs or something. Yeah, I think it was Liberation released a compilation of acoustic remakes of our stuff,
A loose definition of new, isn't it? Yeah. So first single in 28 years. It's called Latest Hustle. Who wrote that one?
Oh, it's basically Peter Farnham comes to the band with lots of ideas and almost finished, but not quite realized. And then I helped rewrite some of the lyrics because I've got to sing it.
Yes.
And talk to him about what it is all about and, what's the meaning of it all and blah, blah, blah. And but then you could Maz, the drummer, to put his expertise on it, and everybody else does a little bit. And there you go, you got a song. It's a group effort. Mainly Peter Farnham writes the 80% of it. It's a group effort, but the other 20, I would say. Yeah.
Please say hi to Pete. I had a good chat with him last year. Say hi from me. You said your head is spinning. You've been reborn, so clearly you're loving recording and playing the new song.
Yeah, well, the song's basically about, in general, the song's about a daily hustle that people have to go through to get happy in the end, The quip is that it's a scandal that we're actually releasing something at the age of 70 after 28 years. And that's basically my put on it, It's like, it's what a scandal. Some old guy putting out a single, what's going on? And that's kind of the joke of it all. But basically, it's about the hustle that people go through. That's what the film clip's all about. Just trying to get through the day so you can enjoy the rest of it, which most people want.
Still Rockin' It podcast with that radio chick, Cheryl Lee. Let's play that song now, shall we? Brand new single from Boom Crash Opera, hot off the press, Latest Hustle. And let's see if you can hear the nod to a previous Boom Crash Opera anthem in there. And then we're back to speak to Dale Ryder very shortly. I think you guys in particular are living proof of my theory that rock and roll is the fountain of youth.
It's something.
Keeps you young.
My wife and I talk about it all the time. Like we'll be driving somewhere and she'll go, that guy's 70. And I go, what? And then she'll go, yeah, it's just your rock and roll stuff. It keeps you young. And my kids go, Dad, you look the same as you did. And I go, no, I don't. They go, yeah, you did.
Yeah, you do. They're right,
Yeah. Whatever keeps me young, I'm happy doing it.
Yeah, exactly. The producer of your debut album said the most important thing a group can do is stay together, keep it together, and you can do anything you want. So you guys have done that, haven't you? It's been a pretty stable lineup almost right from the start.
Yeah, we're all pretty good friends still, you know. I think that's one of the things bands need to work out really quickly is there is a hierarchy. You just got to get used to it. And the hierarchy changes depending on what job is meant to be done. And if you can cope with that, there'll be no ego clashes.
So everybody knows their place.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you're down the rung a little bit, and then the next time it's part of your job to do this thing, and then you're you're in charge. And if you can get all that inside your head that things are going to change, there is a hierarchy. It's a dictatorship sometimes. It's just that's the way it works. You know, you just got to do it.
Be flexible, stay fluid.
And then you don't have fights.
Yeah.
Very amicable. You know, we have arguments about stuff, but they're all very, very productive because, you know, there's no point having unproductive arguments. 40
years, you know, that's longer than most marriages, so good on you.
Don't bring that up.
You've just been to our beautiful town.
It was so hot in Adelaide, Jesus. It was so hot. I've never been to Adelaide when it's so hot, you know, it's like crazy hot. But it was awesome. We got lost, we were looking for something to eat. Yeah.
So you were here with Roxette during our Fringe time. Did you actually get to see any of our Fringe?
I've done the Fringe show a couple of times with my cover band at the Spiegel tent, and I used to love coming to it, but I won't make it this year. But no, it's always good fun doing stuff like that.
Actually, I think I've seen you there as well.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah.
The next time you are coming back to our town is a double A side tour with the Models.
With the Models at the Gov, that'll be fun. Models are great. Love the Models. Always loved them. We tried to be like them, but we just weren't good enough. And that's a serious thing. Like we love, you know, Sean Kelly's an awesome guy. You know, the whole band are awesome. But there was a time when we wanted to be them. You know, back in the 80s. But this is before Boom Crash. I think all of us had a slight crush on the Models.
Didn't we all? It's a pretty extensive tour. For the Adelaideans, get onto the Googleometer, grab the tickets. 24th of April at the Gov. I think you got like 20 plus dates from March till August.
Yeah, and then I think there's something else coming up in November, so... Well, you know, while you got it, just work.
Exactly right.
Got to make a living.
What do they say? Sleep when we're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep going. Exactly. Look, the Gov need to give you free bed and breakfast, don't they? You've been there. I reckon I've lost count of the times I've seen you there.
Would you want to stay at the Gov? It would be so loud. What's that band doing now? Says, shut up.
We love all the back catalogue. I'm going to play some old, some new. Remind us why we love Boom Crash Opera. Can you say it for me? And then we'll let you go because I think our 15 minutes is up. So 4 decades after the band began, the start of Onion Skin remains an irresistible rallying cry.
Oh, kick it in, cut it up, kick it out. I think those are the lyrics. I don't sing that part, by the way.
No.
I had to actually think about it. I've lost.
Well
Thank you, Cheryl. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I love chatting with you, and I'll see you down the front at the Gov on the 24th.
Thank you very much.
Be good until then.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
You are listening to Still Rocking It, the podcast with Cheryl Lee.
Hear the song that is on Dale's playlist at the moment by New Zealand Australian music singer-songwriter and record producer Jordan Rakai with Selfish. And then we're going to go out with Keep It In, Cut It Out, Kick It Out, Onion Skin by Boom Crash Opera.
Boom, garage, hot, hey, keep it in, cut it out, kick it out.
You're with Cheryl Lee, that radio chick. Thank you so much for joining me on the Still Rockin It podcast. Hope to catch you again next time. Get out when you can, support Aussie music, and I'll see you down the front.